Good evening, everyone. Welcome to WIN Toastmasters Club. Yes, Women in Network. We all women connecting by each other, either by emotions or by work, or we always try to share our small stories, grievances, happiness. And last week, when we met physical, it was awesome. Still, I'm feeling how much warmth was in that meeting. So, thank you so much to Toastmaster who gave us this platform in which we all are cherished. In Toastmaster, we have certain rules which we should follow. So, I'm sharing the ground rule, that is, please switch off or be silent mode in your mobile so that we can conduct our meeting without any interfere or problem. We cannot talk about sex, politics, and religion in a derogatory manner. As it is online meeting, we should more focused and try to on your video as much as you can, so that we can feel we are connected. Today I'm going to call a person who is power of energy. Whenever I meet her, always feel different. Today I stalk her on Instagram and I found, wow, what an amazing woman she is. If I will keep talking about her, I can go on and on and on. So I am stopping my thought here and would love to call Toastmaster Shruti. Please help me welcome President of the club, Toastmaster Shruti.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu, for introducing me. And since I am commuting right now, which is why you're not able to see my face, are you able to hear me? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, we can
Yes,
hear you.
yes, yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. the the most important thing that we need to talk about today is that our club is a space for all the women who are the member of this club and all those who come into this club as guests or as Toastmasters who are not from WIN is a safe space, is a sacred space, if I may say it, for us to share things and share our experiences with each other. I remember the day where Ruchira mentioned that she was convincing me that I should be a charter member of this club and I should take up the role of VP education here. And she was convincing me rather than she was motivating me. And she shared that I never knew that if I find a bunch of women who would relate to as trivial of an experience belonging to my birth story or anything of such sort, I would enjoy it so much. It is like you would not know until and unless you taste it or until and unless you have experienced it yourself. And that's what I have come to believe in. And that's what I feel for WIN Toastmasters Club. And with this, I would like to cut my PO address very short today because of less low bandwidth on internet. I see that we have zero guests today, but we have Toastmasters from clubs outside of WIN. So I would love to know about what brings them to WIN. Of course, we know that the bunch of fabulous women that we all are here. But apart from that, so we have Toastmaster Bidisha Mukherjee. Would you like to tell us, Toastmaster Bidisha?
Yeah, sure, Toastmaster Shruti. So first of all, good evening to all. I have been in touch with couple of you from this team as well, and I have joined in past WIN sessions, and it is always very nice to see that so many strong women and you guys are all inspirational for me as well, as you manage your house, and even though you can handle Toastmaster session, the time management I have to learn from all of you. And with that, I'm really looking forward to join the sessions in for WIN. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vidisha. We also have Toastmaster Kanchan. That is really insightful of you to share this. We also have Toastmaster Kanchan here with us from Delhi Network. Toastmaster Kanchan.
Hello everyone. Very good evening to all. Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Shruti, for inviting me. And I have attended so many meetings on this club, and my journey has started before 7 to 8 months. I'm a member of Hindi Toastmaster Club of Delhi, and yeah, here I am here for hello and.
Yes, we can hear you.
Toastmaster Neelu ma'am inviting me to in this club, and yeah, I always eager to attend this club. So thank you so much to all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan. I appreciate it. One thing that I want to take away from these two answers that Toastmaster Bidisha and Toastmaster Kanchan gave, and also I see that a lot in us, in women, the art of saying no. The art of saying no to work at home, to work at office, to our friends, to our family, to our near and dear ones. We need to learn this art of saying no. When we have to prioritize our peace, our time, and if you think that the time that you take off for yourself, be it for your self pampering or for your having a chat with your friend, or just even sitting at home staring at the ceiling, that is also your me time. You need not you need not deprioritize that time just because you have said yes to something else or someone else. So please, you, my lovely, beautiful humans, learn the art of saying no. And there is this beautiful book, wonderful, insightful book by Sally Hansen that talks about how women rise. And that book talks about 12 habits that we women need to break the pattern of. One of which is that we do not know how to say no because we have never seen women around us saying no to anything. And how many of you can relate to this? I would appreciate a symbol or a yes or a no or a nod of your heads to see that you find it difficult to say no. Thank you. Thank you so much. I see smiles and nods. That gives me my answer. So you know the next task that you all have to do is to learn to say no, because you cannot make everyone happy at the end of the day. All right. So with this, please help me welcome someone who is going to be taking the meeting forward as the Toastmaster of the evening. And I have known this person to be a procrastinator. I am their mentor, but I also want to tell you that they are a procrastinator. But when it comes to completing a task, they're also the taskmaster. They will be behind you, and getting things done is something that I learned from them. And managing house, managing everything, that is one part of the story. But also learning to prioritize their own happiness is something that we all need to learn from her. So please help me welcome Toastmaster Kalpita as the Toastmaster of the evening. Please welcome Toastmaster Kalpita with a warm, huge round of applause. Over to you, Toastmaster Kalpita.
Let's keep the plot going for Toastmaster Shruti. Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. Hello and good evening, everyone present here, all the Toastmasters, all Toastmasters today, of course. Well, today I have thought of discussing or taking up a topic which is of interest to me, and on which I was reading a little bit. And we always know that how we learn more, if we share with others our learning or whatever we learn, then our knowledge increases, right? So I will be sharing with you some such a topic today. I mean, that will be the theme for today. Now, can you tell me, like, how nice it would be, like, if we all start having the confidence of or thinking on a logical ground, like we have a logical and a reasoning power which is stronger in our day-to-day life. And how don't you think how the life will becomes easier, simpler, and Of course, you can convince others through your logical reasoning, at the same time, become more happy day by day. Here I'll be sharing with you just a minute, please. We are going to discuss on how we can develop scientific temper in our day-to-day life. Trust me, friends, scientific temper has nothing to do with science. This is what I'm confident after hearing many speeches or listening to things, reading, and anybody can apply it. Maybe even it does not apply to a literate person. Even an illiterate person can develop a scientific temper. It's nothing but using logical reasoning. That's it. Can anybody of you share a line or so on what do you understand, or if an idea of what is scientific temper? You must have heard the word, and it was used many times, even by our present Prime Minister Narendra Modi, especially in 2019 when the Chandrayaan-2 was launched. That was science, of course, but developing scientific temper, how it helps in progressing a society and a country as a whole. Can anybody throw some light on this? Any one of you? Well, doesn't matter. I'll take it forward. I don't want to make the session boring at all.
I think the art of questioning.
Yes, sorry.
The art of questioning and asking the right questions.
Absolutely. Yes. The art of questioning. The curiosity which arises in our mind why we are doing it. That always leads to questioning and then finding a reason for doing that or performing that act. Absolutely right. So what we know about scientific temper is it refers to an individual's attitude. I hope my screen is visible. Refers to an individual's attitude of logical and rational thinking. An individual is considered to have scientific temper if he or she employs a scientific method of decision making in everyday life. It's very simple. In anything that we do in day-to-day life, yes, there is a reason behind it. And if we, instead of blindfolding ourselves, our thoughts, we can always ask, we can always have a questioning attitude. And trust me, developing scientific temper is a way of life and nothing else. And we all must have it in our own personality. Well, to be precise, developing scientific temper also makes us more patriotic. How come? Out of the 11 fundamental duties that are mentioned in the Constitution of India, there's another fundamental, this important fundamental duty that has stated, it states like, it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to develop scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. So if we practice developing scientific temperament in our daily lives, trust me, friends, we become more patriotic. And patriotism, of course, of a higher order. Because here we are following the fundamental duty of being an Indian citizen. Before we move further, like it's very easy. There are many, I have come up with 4 strategies which can help us to develop this temper, scientific temper, and we can always develop it at any point of time. I'll take it further, but before that, I would like to share with you discuss with you how the process of this entire meeting will go. Just a minute. As Toastmasters, we all know that the meeting is divided into 3 parts. The first part is prepared speech session, where the members prepare a speech in advance, get it mentored, and deliver the same. The second part is the impromptu session, where anyone, including the guests, can participate. And the third part is the most important, and that is the evaluation session, where we all learn how to improve ourselves. Now, let me invite our general evaluator for today. We have among us a person who is as efficient in her performances as much as she's approachable and helpful in nature. You always love to hear her speak in our meeting. She is none other than Toastmaster Amrita. Toastmaster Amrita, the podium is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kalpita. What a wonderful beginning. What a wonderful theme, something to learn today. And that is what I was to begin with. The goal is not to be perfect, but it is to be better tomorrow. And in the process, I have a lot of people helping me. I have a tag team in accordance to the theme of the meeting today. Time plays a very important role. So we have timer Toastmaster Neelu with us. Toastmaster Neelu.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Today, I'm playing the role of timer. As a timer, my duty is to track timing. In prepared speech section, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I will show green card. At the end of 6 minutes, I will show yellow card. And the end of 7 minutes, I will show red card. There is 30-second grace period in both upper and lower limit. In prepared speech, in table topic section, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. At the end of 1 minute, I will show green card. At the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, I will show yellow card, and the end of 2 minutes, I will show red card. Here, only 30-second grace period in upper side. In evaluation section, time limit is 2 to 3 seconds. At the end of 2 minutes, I will show green. At the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will show yellow. And at the end of 3 minutes, I will show red card. There is 30-second grace period both in upper and lower side. I will keep flashing my card until the speaker speaks, and will give my report when general evaluator call to do so. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu. And to count all our breaks, impromptu breaks, and as and ums, we have an hour counter, Toastmaster Shreya with us.
So today I'm going to do the role of our counter. My role is as our counter is to note and keep track of
Toastmaster Shreya, unfortunately, we're not able to hear you very clearly. Are others able to hear her?
Now, hello.
There's some background noise, but we'll try to make best of it.
Hello.
Do you have a speaker phone or something like that? I'm sorry.
I'm using a headphone.
Using a headphone. I think you have to remove it then or something. It can.
I recommend if you try to keep the speaker close to your mouth, maybe that will help us hear you very clearly.
Hello. Is it clear?
That's a lot better for me.
Okay. So, so my role as a counter is to note and keep track of words and sound used as a crunch or pause filler by anyone who is who speak during the meeting, and the use of inappropriate such as and, well, but, so, like, as well as sound of So that's all about my role. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shreya. And to keep a check on our language, linguistically, we have Toastmaster Kanchan helping us with grammar and the language part.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Amrita, for inviting me on this stage. So a very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So I am the language evaluator of today's meeting, and as a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay attention to all speakers and the role players. So I shall note down the good uses and not so good uses of the language, as well as any grammatical errors made by speakers and the role players. So use of other languages like Hindi, Marathi, like should be avoided. And if really needed, the speakers needs to provide English meanings of that word that they used. So I shall keep note of any pronunciation mistake. And I would like to introduce a word of the day today. So the word of the day is alacrity. Yeah, meaning of alacrity is preparedness. Alacrity, it's having an eagerness attitude. So you can use this word by an example like after a long practice session, I went to play match with alacrity. So synonyms of this word is some synonyms I have found that like forwardness, enthusiasm, readiness, expedition, and rapidity. So as a grammarian, I would like to all that I will say, I request everyone that please use this word of the day in your speeches. And if anyone use this word, then I'll show with a thumbs up, uses of the word with a thumbs up. So I will submit my report in the end of the meeting whenever the general evaluator, Toastmaster Amrita, will call me. So thank you so much to all of you. And yeah, podium is over to you, Toastmaster Amrita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan. And it's not about speaking always, it's also listening, which is very important to become a good speaker. For that, we have our listening master, Toastmaster Vidisha, with us.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So today I'm the listening master for a session, and my role is to pick up the good phrases, the sentences, and the words said by the speakers. And at the end of the session, I will be asking you guys questions. So be concentrated on every speech because I will be asking you questions. And I'm over to you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Amrita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vidisha. That was very well explained, team. Thank you so much. We are together here to change ourselves and everybody around for a better self tomorrow. With that, I hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kalpita. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amrita. Now, we were talking about, yes, developing scientific temper. Two prime ministers of India have worked a lot in developing scientific temper among us. I have to share the screen, just a minute. Is my screen visible to everyone? I don't think so, right? I think now the screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Are you speaking something? Because I'm not able to hear anything.
No, I am going to. We have talked about this fundamental right of scientific, fundamental right. Yes. We're discussing about the two prime ministers, out of which Pandit Nehru, in his book called The Discovery of India, if anybody has read that book, there he had said, don't believe in things unless they are tried and tested. Have a spirit of inquiry in you and be ready to change your thinking if the evidence points towards that. So reasoning, and if we find that from the hypothesis and analyzing it, we find that the reasoning is reasonable enough to be applied in our day-to-day life, we can change our thinking process. That is what Pandit Nehru has said. Another prime minister, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, has mentioned Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, and has added Jai Vigyan, which means may victory be to science. Now, there are 4 strategies I would like to discuss with you that can help developing scientific temper, and it's very easy. Anybody can apply it, of course, at a zero cost, because we always love to take up certain things wherein we don't have to spend anything. Yes, we can use it from right now or after the meeting itself. First strategy number 1. Sharpen your curiosity. There are many questions that keeps on arising in our mind, or we may not have questioned ourselves, like many of us do not know the meaning of national anthem. Or in a temple, we do a parikrama and we do in a clockwise manner. Now, why do we do that? There are many questions that can come up, like we blow off candles on a birthday, wherein in our religion or in many religions, it is said, our religion in the sense of talking about Hindu religion or many other religions, it's said putting off or the flame can seem to be inauspicious, because we see in the Hindi movies, when the flame goes off, that means something, it symbolizes that something wrong, a heroine or something is wrong going to happen to the hero or the heroine, right? So questioning for whatever we do is very important. In fact, I can tell you one thing. Yesterday only I was chatting with my mother, and she was telling, since my father has a high blood pressure, she was saying that I do not add extra salt, or I do not allow your father to use the raw salt with the food. Like we eat this boiled vegetables in summer, we love to mix some salt and pinch of salt and a little bit of mustard oil and mixing it up have it with rice. That is very common. We have it during the summers. So I was telling about how well I relish that meal. My mother said, whenever I boil the vegetable, I make sure that I boil it with the salt, because doctor has asked me not to allow your father to have raw salt. So I told my mother very clearly that salt is sodium chloride. It has a salty taste because of the compound itself. It does not break up or does not change its form, whether you mix it up with the food or you have it raw. Yes, doctor had advised not to have raw salt while eating, because then you can control the quantity of the salt that you are taking, isn't it? But we get diverted. Many a times we get diverted and move by what others say, other than questioning ourselves. Can any of you share anything about anything in your daily lives which you face, which can wherein you like to challenge and question the other person why you are saying this? None. Doesn't matter. We'll go for the next strategy. So first strategy was sharpen your curiosity. The more we are curious, the more questions we can ask, and so we can find the answer, and then definitely that helps us to improve our logical thinking. Second strategy is believe only if the conclusion is statistically valid. This means that anything that has happened, whether it has happened by chance or it is actually some cause which is creating that problem. Simple thing that during even the last 2 years of pandemic, this comes to my mind, we were like many people were using masks, okay, and still they're using it. Now doctors have told that the people who have some problem in breathing, or old people, because the lungs already get a little weak for the aged people, should not use mask all the time. Mask is really an important and effective way to prevent the spreading of virus. And that is not only this virus, any kind of virus that had come through ages. Mask was the best way to prevent the spreading of virus. But when you are walking or you are taking a morning walk or evening walk and you don't have anybody beside you, why to wear a mask? Because that can cause a problem in your lungs, breathing problem, and that terminology which the doctor had used, a COPD, that is a chronic obstruction of pulmonary disease. Yeah, this is the term. That means since we are not freely breathing, what happens with breathing through mask, we are already utilizing more of the energy to, the lungs. Okay, that can create problem. And what problem? Doctor has said that in future, people will use different kind of medicines, breathing medicines or inhalers, okay, which has become very common nowadays. And so on and so forth, many things. Like, honestly speaking, there can be many reasons to anything. There are certain things which gets into argument, so I don't want to get further into it. But yes, like say, for example, we believe in auspicious moments, okay, and marriages, especially in India, are always performed in the most auspicious day and the most auspicious moment. For example, 11:26, you should, this is the time the priest has mentioned, start the marriage. But after that also, husband, wife, they fight. Things doesn't work, might be, I'm saying like that. So in every way, we believe that there are auspicious days, auspicious time, auspicious moment. But trust me, friends, statistics have never proved that. So whatever, if 50% of the data is above, if the data is 50% more, like we can still believe, okay, theek hai, chalo, there must be a reason behind the statement that the person is making. But auspicious days, auspicious moment, this only create a confusion in our mind and block us from many good things, right? Many people believe mental illness, physical illness, people who are suffering from arthritis, that gets severe during no moon day. But it's all psychological, friends. You can test it. And of course, we can come back and argue on that later on. Let's go to the strategy number 3. Oppose public obstinacy. You'll be surprised to know, friends, in India, the number of temples is more than the total count of number of schools and hospitals. Number of temples has already increased. Okay, fine, those which have been built, let it be there. Now let's increase the number of schools and the hospitals count. But no, the number of temples count still increases. We can stop there because it's already more. Another thing, Toastmaster Nilu, do you have anything to say? You put your hands on.
Yes, that time you asked a question when whenever if you had any thinking why this is. So I have some scientific answer also. When I was in in my childhood, we always used to say don't eat while on the earth. We should keep something in on earth like a mat or a pata, whatever, but we should not sit directly on earth and eat our food. It is because if we will eat, we have a direct connection with earth. There is a gravitational power which absorb our food, vitamins and all, which I came to know later. In the same manner, that time we had a hand fan, and we used to we use whenever we power cuts, we use a hand fan for that. So whenever it touch our body, in a second our mother, whoever is doing that, they used to touch on the ground. And we said, why these all are superstitious? No, it also have a type of energy which can harm us, so that if she will touch to the ground, the bad energy absorbed by the earth. So these are the things, scientific reason in some things which we believe and which we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilu, for sharing your thoughts. Toastmaster Shruti has something to say.
Yeah, I want to append my thoughts to what Toastmaster Neeluji said. She said that gravity has so much of energy and it absorbs bad energy from whatever our surroundings are. I am most curious on the fact that why do we have gravity? Because if I'm eating something and it falls, it is going waste. And if I do not pick it up in another 3 seconds, that cannot be had because it again contains germs. Am I right, Jayati? And this is my curiosity, that I do not want the gravity to go down so that my food does not fall and it goes waste. And I'm very curious. I'm very angry on nature on that because of this gravity. There are also other reasons if we fight for gravity, because now my mind is turning very, very badly. Give it to you, Toastmaster Kalpita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti, for sharing your opinion as well. Yes, even I was also thinking there can be some other reason as well. Earlier days, we never used to, our nature is like that. We love superstitious thoughts. We love such things wherein you are told that the power will be taken from you or the negativity will come inside you. All such thoughts actually moves us and we start following them. And what I also feel in that manner, my son uses the same spoon and might be we say that do not touch the chicken, and after eating, every time you must wash your hands, or before eating you must wash your hands, or rather as sitting on the floor and eating directly. I feel there are germs which also be there, and every time we cannot wipe off the floor just before eating. So many other reasons, scientific reasons might be there, but these small things do not move us, do not touch us. If we are told something like power, nature, attraction, all those stuff, this will go away from you and you will be spoiled or something will happen. Like we say, I remember when we were when we used to go to village, there's a neem tree in front of our house, and you must all have heard, do not go below the neem tree at night because there is a ghost on the neem tree. And we never used to. because we loved believing that and we were convinced. But today we know that the neem plants, the more oxygen that they give in the morning, the more carbon dioxide they give out at night. So it is harmful. It is extremely harmful to stay below the neem tree for quite some time. I will not be able to tell you for how long, but it's not good. That is a scientific reason. But yeah, we believe on superstitions. We love to. That is our nature. Well, let's go back to strategy number 3. As we have said, number of temples crossed, total number of schools plus hospitals. Next is sex education, still a taboo. People think that, if we go to if we give sex education to children, that will morally corrupt the children's mind. But trust me, that actually doesn't happen. We all know today, because it is now being used almost in most of the schools. But again, not all schools are giving this education, because children who are actually seeing all those TV, all those shows, all the different kind of shows on the smartphones, smart mobiles and all whatever things, that is corrupting their mind all the more. So I think sex education has nothing more to corrupt their minds. Anyway, so it is very important. Third is homosexuality. It continues to be a crime in our country. Very sad. All over the world, it is accepted. People know the reason behind it. It has nothing in for us. If we say homosexuality, we just protest it against it and say that it's not in our religion. It's against our religion, whatever, and so on and so forth. Our society norms and so on and so on. But that is wrong. So that is what I would like to say. In fact, I have once heard also in one of the shows, Namdev Baba has said that he has created medicines that can cure homosexuality. Give me a break. It is not a disease. It is not a disease. So anybody doing that will be getting Nobel Prize or don't know what. Okay. So what we can do is, as an individual, we cannot always eliminate the obstinacy, but we can oppose. Whenever we see an obstinacy, public obstinacy, we can always oppose them. And the final, fourth strategy is, we must understand our religion through philosophy instead of rituals. Friends, it is true, I also believe in rituals, but it is not right. If we have to believe a religion, we have to understand the philosophy. Now, we used to think, philosophy, it is very tough. It's tough to understand. But no, it is not. It's very simple. Since I'm a Hindu and yes, I know the religion a little more, so I will share with you a few of the, principles on which the Hindu religion runs. But before that, we will go ahead for the speech session. And so I will stop sharing my screen and we'll come back to strategy number 4 after the speech. So our speaker for today is Toastmaster Vidisha. So we all welcome you. We have joined from UK, of course, on a virtual podium with all of us. She is a computer engineer and currently technical architect, and leading a team of 10 members. Her hobby is exploring new recipes and making fusion foods. Excellent. My son loves to do that. Loves cooking, actually, making fusion foods. Well, and her speech will be evaluated by none other than our own president. So, no words to introduce her. She's
Kalpita.
Yes. Toastmaster Shruti, tell me.
Request you because I would want to share your speech objectives. I'm the evaluator for Vidisha.
Yes, so I'll come to you. I was introducing you only. Toastmaster Shruti.
Yeah.
I was introducing you. Well, let's welcome the charmer of WIN Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Shruti. She will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Vidisha.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm operating from phone, and I think all of us are operating from phone. That sounded really terrible in my head. Um, because I'm having some lags, which is why I was super enthusiastic about it, and I was like interrupting, and my role should not be missed, and which is why I'm sorry for the interruption, Toastmaster Kalpita. Thank you so much. The purpose of today's speech or this project is for the speaker to practice developing and presenting a proposal. And timer, please note the timing would be 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Kalpita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. So I think Toastmaster Vidisha is ready. Her speech objective, objective has been shared by Toastmaster Shruti. The speech title is How to Avoid Procrastination. How to avoid procrastination, Toastmaster Vidisha. Over to you.
Thank you, Madam TMOD. Let me share my screen. I hope you all can see my screen. So I think the timer can start now. I was about to write my script for this speech. My mentor Toastmaster Sagar said, always be prepared beforehand, at least a week ahead, so that we can discuss and give feedback and you can practice more and more. I started writing script, but instead of searching for the topic, I started searching the topic how to reuse old saris upcycling to Western outfit. Suddenly I got so much worried what will happen to all my beautiful old saris lying inside my cupboard. I got exhausted after watching a lot of videos. Then I thought, let me get some refreshment. So I started watching the movie Pushpa. After I watched the movie Pushpa, I thought, okay, enough for today. Let's start writing the script tomorrow. Tomorrow came. I started writing the script. Suddenly, one Facebook notification popped up. Wow, my friend has gone to a palace-like resort in the weekend. Wow, what beautiful the pictures are. I wish I could have been there. I scrolled and scrolled till my eyes started paining. And I thought, okay, enough. I'm so exhausted. I need fresh mind to write the script. This is an regular picture for preparation of any speech I give for Toastmaster session. And at the end of this regular activity, I always think myself, I am so indisciplined, I am so lazy, I cannot take preparation in time. Fellow Toastmasters, how many of you have faced similar situations while paying bills or preparing for Toastmasters speech or going for regular workout? Please raise your hand. Wow, couple of you, and most of you actually. So we are all in the same boat. Then I started thinking what is actually going on inside my mind so that I keep on procrastinating for specific activities, whereas some activities I just jump with alacrity and finish it immediately. I understood that this is a conflict between pain and pleasure. The activities which we feel boring or have a fearful or anxiety feeling, our brain starts having an emotional pain. But the ones where we think that it is valuable for my life, I get pleasure in it. As a result, I keep on delaying the activities which I don't like and keep on doing which is giving me more pleasure, though it is of less priority. Now, another reason is that this happens specifically for the perfectionist. They think that ability determines performance, performance along with effort determines worth. So, if I am not, they get motivation of doing a success but they are also equally motivated to not to fail. As a result, they keep on delaying the work in hand. It has been found that digital distraction nowadays plays a lot of role while doing procrastination. As we can see, Facebook, which is very much apt for me as well, is actually putting me in a procrastinator. But we should all realize that procrastination is a thief of time and it is not allowing me to live my life in a fulfilled manner. It has been found that 6 out of 10 of us do procrastinate it, even though we are not aware of it. Now, how to overcome the procrastination? There are multiple laws and theories by which we understand that we have to increase the motivation and that way we can decrease the procrastination. One is Parkinson's law. It says that if you put too much of time, it actually it's waste a lot of time. Rather, you target for a small time frame and you can effectively make use of the time. And also, it is proved that motivation is nothing but a result of our expectation multiplied the value we give to that activity divided by the impulsiveness activity multiplied by the delay we do for that completing the task. There is another rule named Pomodoro technique where it says if we keep the chunk of work for 25 minutes and take 5-minute rest, then we can accomplish our task in a much more effective manner. So friends, let's see what are the different steps by which we can overcome this thief in my life, the procrastination. First, acknowledge that fear, that I am fearful of my failure. Then break down the goal into smaller tasks. For example, I might target that I have to lose 5 kgs in 6 months. So let's target 500 grams every week and then keep the task small, because if we can keep the task small and we can accomplish it, we will have the feeling of pleasure. And also make the bar as low. As a result, it will not make me stressed out for failing that target. Step 5 is that we can have some pleasure of task completion. For example, I can give myself a treat after I could lose 500 grams or go for a workout daily or have my portion controlled meal. And we can have a target, an artificial intermittent deadline, and avoid distractions like I mentioned, and I have to understand which tricks work best for me. As we can see, the James Thumber and Nelson Mandela have written all these quotes. So let's not be fearful of our failure and be successful. What is your technique, Madam TMOD?
Wonderful speech and really learning one. I also learned a lot from this steps and how you have showed us. The book, I think, is also very useful. Probably we'll go for it. The last reference which I have mentioned at the end, right? Toastmaster Vidisha. Well, I think we have to ask timer report. Go for the timer report. Toastmaster Neelu, will you share the time?
7 minutes 5 seconds. She is qualified.
Okay, great. I just have a query. Will the evaluation being done right now? Shruti will do the evaluation immediately or at the end?
No, when the general evaluator will come in, not now. You can go ahead with the table topic.
Yeah, sure. So let's welcome. Let's go ahead for the next session because we are running short of time, and I will finish off the rest of the part of my theme later on after the next session that is the table topic session. So let's welcome our table topic master. She's none other than the table topic winner, Toastmaster Jayati. Whatever you have, you're doing, you are,
Thank you.
Yeah, doing excellent and making us proud every time. Welcome.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Jayati, the podium is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Can everybody hear me clearly?
Yes, and one secret about Toastmaster Jayati, she's table topic lover.
Yes, true, very true, Toastmaster Nilu. You hit the nail on the head. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, for asking me to share the podium. And today I am the table topics master for this session. And a table topics section is usually an impromptu section where I put out the topics and you have to give an impromptu speech. The timer of today has graciously said, spread out the timesheet for the table topic session. Even then, I would like to repeat it once more. It is 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the higher end. Now, just a little bit more information. For the Toastmasters, the topics which I give you, you cannot change the topic. And for the guests, I know there are no guests here, but there are people from outside our club. For them, I will make an exception. If they don't like a topic, they can choose another topic, but they cannot go back to the previous one. Thank you so much. And I would like now everybody to volunteer, please. I have lovely topics for all of you. Any volunteers? Okay, Toastmaster Neelu, right? Yeah. Toastmaster Neelu, if you stay positive in a negative situation, you win. If you stay positive in a negative situation, you win. Toastmaster Neelu.
Thank you so much, Madam Table Topic Master. I do believe that if I will stay positive, even in negative situation, the thing, and I must be win. I believe on that. Actually, it's not only about my belief. I experienced the same. A lot of things happened with me, but I was positive. Many people said, don't do like this. Just now, Toastmaster Kalpita said about homosexual and a lot of things which we feel taboo. But I was positive and I was sure that things will go okay and I will win. And here today I am. If I want to share the things, many a times I felt, what should I do? There was a time when I was waiting for my kid whole night. 2 consecutive nights he was out of my home and I was worried like anything. I was crying and my mom and my relatives said, when he will come, just shut the door and throw out him. He is no more good for us. But I was positive and I said, no, one day you will feel proud on my son. And today is the day when I'm really feel proud on him, just because I was positive. And still, whenever I talk to my mom, I said, see, mama, he is right now. And if I would follow your instruction that time, it would be something bad. So if I would be positive, the thing I will win for sure. Thank you so much. My timing is 2 minutes 10 seconds.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu. You are a warrior and you are a winner. And we all know that. We take inspiration from you and from your stories. Thank you so much for coming up. Toastmaster Vidisha, you're next. Okay. Toastmaster Vidisha. Okay. Toastmaster Vidisha, your topic is The universe creates what the mind expects. The universe creates what the mind expects. Toastmaster Vidisha.
Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest, when I didn't join Toastmaster, I always had a problem of communicating to others, and always whenever I could not make the friendship, I always used to blame the others that they are not making friendship with me. But when I came into Toastmaster Club and honed my skill on communication skill, and I know how to speak to people and to connect to people, now I have many friends of different background around me, and I feel so happy. So as you can understand, the mindset which I have and the skill which I have, I build the universe around me accordingly. In the same manner, if we are positive, we will always find a positivity in negative situation or from a negative person also, because a person is never always 100% negative. So therefore we should always be we should understand that the way we think, the same way it reflects into our activity, and with that activity the universe which is built around me is according to that. So therefore it's my mind, not the outside universe, which creates the universe around or the world around me. It's my mindset that is the determining factor of who are along with me and who with whom we speak and what the world I am living in. What do you think, Madam Table Topping Master?
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidisha. Yes, it is what is within us which shines through. Okay, now we have a new guest, a guest, Toastmaster Ambika. Toastmaster Ambika, would you like to take a topic? Toastmaster Ambika, are you there? Okay, she left. Okay, Toastmaster Shruti. Okay, Toastmaster Shruti. Okay, okay. Toastmaster Shruti, your topic is the universe is made up of protons, neutrons, electrons, and morons. Toastmaster Shruti, your topic is the new universe is made up of protons, neutrons, electrons, and morons. Over to you, Toastmaster Shruti.
I want to have an internal loud laugh before I even start talking on this topic. And this begins right this morning because I opened my Instagram. I am on Instagram and I'm pretty fairly active on Instagram. My handle is instagram.com at shrutikshnaри.com. At shrutikshnaри is my handle's name, and you can always go and follow me. That is my secondary marketing. Coming to the topics, I open my Instagram, I see it, and if you are a person and if you are a woman with mammary glands, and if you are a woman who looks like a woman, and if you're a woman who looks like a woman, you would understand that if you're on social media, you should be getting ready to see that other folder in your messaging inbox. It could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, and you will see all sorts of electrons, less electrons, least protons, the positive ones, mostly neutrons, and the world is full of morons, because these will be people who want to text you like, hello, please put friendship. Hello, I love your bobs. Hello, you are so sexy. And things like that. And they actually type in this way. If you can actually hear the sounds of vowels and consonants in my voice when they say sexy and when they say bobs, you can actually, spell them out. The universe, anywhere that you go, you step out of your house, you step out of your home, your college, your workplace, you wear whatever, you will see these eyes on you. You will be made to feel absolutely naked if you're not strong enough. And we as women, that is why, need to face all these protons, neutrons, electrons, and morons mostly. Some morons are wrapped in a way which may appear very positive, but the moment they open their mouth, and as one of the distinguished Toastmasters in our fraternity in District 41, distinguished Toastmaster Satyadeep says that the speed of light is faster than the speed of sound, and which is why a person may appear smarter only and until they open their mouth. So please be careful of these morons wrapped in as protons or electrons. And I would rather say that you be the strongest ion or the loner electron or come may whatever, and face all these morons of your head. And coming back to when I opened my Instagram, I had this message, one of which said, will you please marry me? I'm very crazy about you. And I was very happy, not because I wanted to marry this person, because the English was right, the spellings were right, and my heart was so full. What do you think? How many of these morons are you surrounded with, Table Topic Master?
Wonderful, so wonderful, Toastmaster Shruti. Absolutely, you're right. We are surrounded by electrons, protons, neutrons, and mostly morons. Okay, the next person, Toastmaster Shreya, would you like to take it up? Shall I? Great, great, great. Toastmaster Shreya. Your topic is okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Your topic is chemistry is like cooking. Toastmaster Shreya, your topic is chemistry is like cooking. Toastmaster Shreya.
So, as if when in our school, from there we have learned about the chemistry that we never know about the chemistry, and it's something like that. We feel that chemistry, what does it mean? Physics, chemistry, and biology. These are the subjects where we are studying. So eventually we get to know about the chemistry means something related in the laboratory that sir used to show us about the chemistry and the numerical. Many are there. It's so hard to learn about the chemistry that something like even means sometimes it feel like oh God, why doing the studying this chemistry? It's so tough to learn the numericals. So this is how the school days will there was a there in school. So I would say in kitchen that yes, there was a chemistry between a woman, a girl, and sometimes also a boy used to go there in kitchen, which is very rare, very rare. They don't use to go there, but yes, sometimes they go. So there was a chemistry between used to cook any kind of food, and there was a setup in mind that what they going to make for their family, for himself, and for others also. And sometimes also it happens that suddenly guests come. So come something like in mind that what he used to cook for them, so they can like very much. So yeah, there is a strong chemistry with kitchen, and kitchen is something like that we always have in our life. Whoever, if we are single or if we are married or if any person, we have a strong chemistry with the in kitchen. So yes, so this is my topic, and so over to you, ma'am. This is my
Thank you, Shreya. Well attempted. Thank you so much for attempting that topic. Okay, next person. Can I have Toastmaster Bidisha, the other Bidisha, listening master Bidisha? Bidisha, would you like to speak?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, will it be okay if I don't take any topic today? Actually, guests are there in my home, so I'm not being able to talk properly.
No issues. No issues at all.
Okay,
No
okay,
problem.
thank you, ma'am.
Toastmaster Kanchan? I'll give you. Okay. Toastmaster Kanchan. Your topic is You Are My Sky. You are my sky. Toastmaster Kanchan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayati, table topic master for today, for giving me such a nice topic. Yeah, you are my sky. What can I say on this topic like that? You are my skies. Yeah, it's myself. I consider myself on this topic as you are my sky. Like if you have self-confident and fully motivation, fully attempt to motivation to yourself, then you can do anything you want. That's I always afraid to speak in public, especially in English, and whenever and that's why I have joined Toastmaster. Like I am a member of Hindi Toastmaster Club of Delhi before, like 7 to 8 months, but my hesitation is still there. Some yeah, I always effort to like, so I want to speak fluently like you women, yeah, like you Toastmasters, other Toastmasters. So yes, I want to say that the Toastmaster is my sky. I can say that. Yeah, yeah. Toastmaster, I am a member of Toastmaster Club. So I want to say that, yeah, Toastmaster Club, any Toastmaster Club of anywhere is my sky of where I can fly a very long way. So yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayati. Over to you.
Thank you for that wonderful speech, Toastmaster Kanchan. Toastmaster of the day, do I have any more time?
I think we already 7:53.
That's it? Okay, fine. So thank you so much, all of you. Thank you for accommodating me with your lovely speeches. I hand over the podium to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kalpita. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jayati, for conducting such a wonderful table topic session, and definitely heard some beautiful speakers, everybody speaking and trying the level best and speaking so well from the heart, Toastmaster Kanchan. I mean, everybody spoke from the heart, Toastmaster Shreya and everyone here. Wonderful time. Anyway, let's go back to what we're discussing, strategy number 4. I'll share my screen once again. Yes. Understand your religion through philosophy instead of rituals. Like people say, it is very difficult to find out the philosophy, and a common man may not be able to understand that. But trust me, it is very simple. And I will underline 7 pillars which speaks about Hinduism, because I will come up with that particular thing, because I have little more like know about the Hindu religion compared to the other religions of the world. But yes, every religion can be pursued, understood through philosophy. Let's go for the 7 pillars. Yeah. First is rebirth. The first Hindu pillar, this first philosophy talks about rebirth. Like it says about the work that we do, the karma that we do, talks about karma. That's more into it. Then second philosophy is salvation. Salvation means moksha, like coming out of the karma and continuous birth and rebirth, how we can get rid of it, how we can come out of it. That is attaining moksha. Third is Advait. Advait means non-duality. It is in the Hindu religion that says that God and human being, we and the Supreme is one, and only one. That says in Hindu religion, Advait, non-duality. Fourth is destiny. It is said that our destiny is already pre-planned and written before our birth. Fifth, extreme tolerance. Hindu religion believes in extreme tolerance. You can worship any idol, you can worship any god at any point of time, at wearing any dress, anywhere you wish to. And it has extreme tolerance, even such a tolerance like Hindu religion is said they welcome atheists in their folds, in the folds of Hindu religion. Even atheists can be a part of Hinduism. 6 is live life fully in 4 ashramas. Here 4 ashramas means the brahmacharya, the grihastha, the vanaprastha, and the sannyasas, which we have read. So brahmacharya, every ashrama has its meaning, every stage of life has a meaning, and we can fulfill the life by leading every stage in its full manner. And 7th is karmanya vidakaste. Just a minute. Sorry. Karmanya vidakaste ma phalesu kadam chana. It means that perform your duty now and do not think of the fruit of the result. So whatever duty you do it at your fullest, give your full concentration, your effort, and the result is due to come. So well, these are the I wanted to discuss with you today about scientific temper. And finally, remember, scientific temper, it is not a fight between science and religion, but it is fight between you and irrationality. So if we fight against irrationality, we can be more scientific and develop the scientific temper. Thanks. And that was all I wanted to discuss. And we'll move on to the evaluation session. I would like to welcome our general evaluator, Toastmaster Amrita. Toastmaster Amrita, the podium is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uday. We are running a bit late on our schedule, so we'll try to rush as quickly as possible. So first I call upon the evaluator for today, the speech evaluator, Toastmaster Shruti. If you could please put in the points of improvement and some wonderful points you've noticed.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Amrita, for calling me up on stage. A very good evening to each and every Toastmaster here, and a special mention to our speaker, Toastmaster Bidisha. What a speech, perhaps more relevant than any other time when we are surrounded by not the dearth of information, but excess of information, and the only thing that we tend to do is procrastinate. And the topic was very well relevant when you mentioned that how not to procrastinate. You started your speech with something that was very relatable and an incident that captured my attention right away when you were on screen. The second point that I would want to mention after your immediate attention capturing a sense is that you also interacted with the audience, wherein you asked people about, do you procrastinate, and moving forward ahead, because these were relatable questions, although that is another part that the audience did not interact much. The third thing that I liked about your speech was you sharing your personal snippets, where you mentioned about going to a museum and opening your mouth and standing there like, ha. And your expressions when you were sharing that snippet were on point, because I could be with you in that place, in that expression, in that moment, and live that moment with you. And that is what you have done your job as a speaker brilliantly. The fourth point that I would like to comment you on is the snackable content that you presented, whether be it when you were mentioning and transitioning your speech from body to conclusion and to tips, or when you were sharing your presentation, when you were mentioning about your 8 pointers that you have given as tips, or when you were talking about in your presentation, when you said gain and pleasure, and how can you balance that. However, like in Toastmasters, probably each and every speech has a room for improvement, and likewise, your speech also has 3 points of improvement according to me. Number one, I would have expected you to add a story of how are you doing yourself of not procrastinating when you are, as you are moving forward in this journey. For example, you could have added that I myself do this Pomodoro technique and it has helped you to be X% more productive since it was a research proposal. Or you could have mentioned about how you divide your own day into various tasks. We did not expect anything else, but a single sentence would have helped us that this technique is working for someone who we know. Second thing that I would like to recommend is about how did you come to this point or why did you choose this topic? It could be just mere one sentence, one reason that would have related us to this topic a little more, brought a little closer to you. And the third one is a very important recommendation, Toastmaster Bidisha. In the last, you showed a book that was Atomic Habits by James Clear. That is a very popular and a famous book. I would have loved it if you would have shared that book or a snippet from that book in the beginning of your speech and would have linked it back when you were sharing the reference. And since the book's name was not very well represented in your deck, it would have created an impact when you started with that book and ended with that book. It would have completed the loop. All in all, your speech was snackable, very delicious, and also very insightful. I now need to go back and see where am I wasting my time and procrastinating and need to apply all those 8 tips and coming back to you with my feedback. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shruti. That was exactly what was running in my head as well. Yes, one of the biggest threats to our progress every day is procrastination and, of course, time management. So almost all the points of recommendations encapsulated very well. One bit I felt was that there was a lot of scientific thing that you wanted to deliver in your speech. And because the data was too much, the time fell short and you had to abruptly come towards an end. Not sure how much you feel that, but that's what I observed. And on a lighter note, 500 grams a week will make you lose 5 kgs in 2.5 months, much before the target of yours.
No,
that was
actually,
what
that is actually the technique that we should, if we can do meditation for 30 minutes, we have the capacity and actual target, but we have to make a capacity of doing it targeting 20 minutes because inevitably we will not make that 30 minutes and we will feel stressed out. So 20 minutes we will accomplish and we will get encouragement to do it on next day. That is the Parkinson's law.
I'm glad I asked that question. That's made it more clear to me. Thanks.
Yeah.
With that, I felt the subject was excellent and perfectly applicable to me because I am a big time procrastinator. I move on to my tag team. Toastmaster Neelu, if you could present the timer report.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. So here is my report. Here I'm going to share my report with great alacrity. Toastmaster Vidisa in prepared speech section took 7 minutes 5 seconds, 95 microseconds, and she's qualified. Me took 2 minutes 10 seconds and 7 microseconds. Toastmaster Vidisa 1 minute 58 seconds and 13 microseconds. Toastmaster Shruti, she is disqualified because she took 2 minutes 45 seconds. Toastmaster Shreya is qualified 2 minutes 19 seconds. Toastmaster Kanchan 1 minute 41 seconds. She is qualified. And in evaluation section, Toastmaster Shruti took 3 minutes 44 seconds and 97 microseconds. And here too she is disqualified. So this was my report. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neelu. I would probably get with the feedback. I will cover the feedback as well at the same time. Whatever I observed of your role, The beginning was amazing. You've explained 30 seconds grace time as well, very well, differentially between the prepared speech section and the impromptu speech section, which was particularly something that I like. Your report was again very well. I take you as the best timer, one of the best timers I have come across. So a lot to learn from you there, Toastmaster Neelu. I now call upon our counter, Toastmaster Shreya.
So yes, here is my report. I start with Niludi. Niludi, 2 times of using but and one short pause, 1 time. And Bitisha Mukherjee, uses of and 2 times. Kanchan, uses of and 2 times and one short pause, 1 time. And Shruti Di, uses of and word 2 times. So that's all about me. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya. To begin with, you've explained all the different ahas and the filler words very well. I felt a little more explanation on how they really impact a good speech could have helped people understand that they are important and your role, it does hold some value. Your report, I felt, was excellent. You've been able to count a lot of words. However, if presented in a tabular format in an Excel sheet, people would get a visual to remember and take forward to improve themselves. Overall, very well tried. I call upon Toastmaster Kanchan, who's our grammarian for the day now.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amrita. So, as a language evaluator, I want to say that language is a medium that helps in the sending of our thoughts and feelings to others. And it allows us to express our feelings and thoughts via sound, symbols, writing, spoken words, postures, just like that. It's a language. So I would like to present my report. Like, the good uses of in the meeting was it's a scientific temperament, precise, memory glance, humanism, spirit of inquiry and reform, it's efficient, curiosity, statistically, auspicious, obstinacy, meaning stubbornness, procrastination, to put off intentionally something. Yeah, so ability, effort, intermittent, strive, universe, and salvation. 2 lines I like the most, that don't believe in things until they have experienced it themselves. And if you stay positive in negative situation, you win. So that is my report. And overall, today's word was equality. So the word was used by Toastmaster Neelu and Toastmaster Shruti 1 time. So thank you so much to all. And over to you, Toastmaster Amrita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kanchan. Wonderful report. Yes, you've been able to find out a lot of words to highlight. I love the way you came up with the word. It was a nice word, never heard of that. You explained with an example. And what I love the most was that you've been able to bring the synonyms on board so that everybody understands it well, even if they're not able to catch on to the meaning the first time. I felt if there was one glimpse of the word, the way you spell it on the screen while you were introducing would have been helpful, because yes, there are people who register things visually as well. I am one. However, the report was wonderful. With that, I have been able to cover my tag team, and thank you so much. We've all been able to cover most of it. For the executive committee to now decide, would we want to take the votes of the table topics, or proceed with all of them and then go for the vote altogether?
Ma'am, I'm the listening master.
Yeah, I would have covered you after the tag team. You are there in my list. Give me a while.
Ma'am, can I give the report now?
That would be a session which would be away from the polling and will not influence the poll. So I was just trying to be objective on the poll.
Okay, okay. Sure.
Toastmaster Shruti, Toastmaster Neelu, Toastmaster Jayati, Toastmaster Kalpita. What do you all say?
Amrita, you can go ahead with table topic evaluation and then we can have the poll.
Awesome. So with that, Toastmaster Vidisha, we can have you on the board now.
So I'm the listening master for the session, and here are some of my questions. So okay, which Toastmaster is impressed with the time management of a club? Okay, shall I answer it?
Myself, not for the club, by the club members.
Oh yeah, club members. Okay, it was said by from UK. Okay. Which Toastmaster told that we should learn the art of saying no?
Toastmaster Shruti.
Toastmaster Shruti.
Yeah. Okay. Which Toastmaster told a literate person can develop a scientific temper?
Toastmaster Kalpita.
Yes. Okay. So which told that the goal is not to be perfect, but to be better tomorrow?
Toastmaster Neelu.
No. It was said by Toastmaster
Amrita.
Which Toastmaster talked about salt and vegetables?
Toastmaster Kalpita.
Who talked about movie Pushpa?
Toastmaster Vidisha.
Yes. Which Toastmaster told what is within us, it gets better. It gets shine. Sorry.
Toastmaster Jayati.
Yes. So that's all about for my today's report. Over to January with Samrita.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vidisha. Now, with that, quite an engaging session, and the meeting was also very engaging. So the overall report on my observations on the meeting, yes, we did begin a bit late, and the general evaluator is to be blamed. Wonderful thing about the meeting was that the meeting was conversational, whether it be you coming up with your observations and feelings around why you should not sit on the floor to eat without a mat, or a lot of observations from Shruti's side, a lot of things that we've shared, which was wonderful. Now, these conversational meetings keep the bonds, and that's what probably brings us back every Sunday evening, which is precious. Toastmaster Neelu took up an impromptu role of Sergeant at Arms. That was wonderful. Great team spirit. Otherwise, I saw amazingly, there were no dual role players. So there were different people playing different roles, which was again a milestone today. Toastmaster Neelu, you spoke about all the points and laid down the rules very well, though impromptu, but you played it very well. President Toastmaster Shruti took the views from the guests. And what I loved most was that you recommended a read from Sally Hansen. So these are things which we take away from the meeting, take back home, and then probably they help us grow further and become better tomorrow. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kalpita. Excellent prep work seen with your PowerPoint presentation. What a wonderful theme you brought on board. Yes, something which triggers a lot of thinking. You've explained all the 3 sections very well. And the examples that you brought from your own life were making it more conversational and lively. I felt Toastmaster of the Day is one of the roles where you can modulate the time a lot. So if we are running late, we can probably tweak it a bit on the Toastmaster of the Day's role so that everybody gets enough time to play their role well. Table topic master, Toastmaster Jayati, I found amazing topics. This was the most noteworthy point in the session, in the Toastmasters role today, table topic masters role today. Not direct topics is what you chose. You've chosen indirect topics. And with the time that this club has been, yes, this was required, getting indirect so that our comprehension, we get better in understanding of the indirect topics as well. Very conversational. What I loved most about your role was you were listening very well. So from one table topic to the other, when the speakers were being bridged, there was no abrupt break. They were all strung up well. That is something which was very well. Timer, accountant, and grammarian is what we've already covered. Listening master also has been covered. Speaker 1, we did not have. Evaluator 1, we did not have. Speaker 2, Vidisha. Toastmaster Vidisha, your feedback is something that I already shared. From your cupboard to Pushpa to beaches, everything was very nice, very nice. And the technique, the Pomodoro technique is what we are taking back today. Toastmaster Shruti has already covered the evaluation, and I have absolute no recommendations to Toastmaster Shruti's evaluation as well. What you just mentioned during the meeting, Toastmaster Shruti, you might want to save a bit harder for a space travel, for if in case you do not want your food to fall but to fly. That was just on the lighter note. Coming to the table topic session, speaker 1, Toastmaster Neelu, a personal story of your son to justify your stand was amazing take. Very impromptu, the first one to speak and yet was able to take up the topic. Good. Toastmaster Vidisha, second speaker. In spite of your prepared speech, you've been able to come up and take this opportunity of speaking on the universe creates what the mind expects is amazing. A personal story of your victory over your fears was again something that is impactful in your speech. Another thing that I observed was Toastmaster Jayati, you covered the guest Ambika here during the session. Wonderful. We had the third speaker, Toastmaster Shruti. What a wonderful take. And you actually brought the theme of scientific thinking live when you said the protons are the positive ones. And I'm sure this set overlaps with the electrons. The fourth speaker today, Toastmaster Shreya, chemistry is like cooking was your topic. And you did try to take it forward with all that you could. And I could see how you're building up the story bit by bit every second. So thinking on your feet was clearly visible, and I see it growing every now and then. Our fifth speaker, Toastmaster Kanchan, your theme, the topic was You Are My Sky. I'm not sure. I felt that you were struggling in the beginning, trying to give a direction to your topic. And as you started speaking, you gave a wonderful turn and took your stand to say, Toastmasters has been your sky. So very meaningful, very engaging there. That was more or less all that I could jot down today for the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kalpita.
Kalpita, are you there?
I think Toastmaster Shruti should take the handover.
Yeah. All right.
So here poll is ready. I'm going to launch the poll. Please vote. As we have only one speaker and she was already very excellent and awesome. So she is the best speaker. I didn't put it here. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vidisa, to join us and inspire us.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nilu, for giving me the opportunity for this session. It was nice to meet you all again after a long time.
Toastmaster Shruti, I'm sharing you the result. I have shared. Are you able to understand, or I share the result on screen?
I will. Thank you much for doubting my understanding, because you were clearly right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nilu. And with this, we move forward, and we have come almost to the end of the meeting. Although we started late, we were running late, but right now we are exactly on time, and that's how the life should be. Maybe starting late, unplanned, spontaneous, simultaneously ends on time. Now we move forward to the last part of the meeting, which is declaring the result. But before I do that, like I always say in my address and my closing address, that come what may, participation is more relevant and more important than you winning or losing the contest or any of the speeches or any title, because the more you participate in any of these podiums or contests, the more you learn, and that is what we all have learned from the contest season that is happening all around. And before I declare the result, I would also like to congratulate Toastmaster Jayati for securing the third position in the division contest that happened yesterday. She secured the third position as clear finisher and representing area K4 and our club as in the international speech contest. So please give her a huge round of applause, making us proud and claiming her space and winning all the laurels, adding more feathers to her hat. That's what she has been doing from the moment she has stepped into the world of Toastmasters. Congratulations, Toastmaster Jayati. And likewise, I would request you for the next contest season, that will be next year, of course, please prepare and please participate and finish your levels and finish your speeches so that you can also be one of the strongest contender next year. Let's move forward to the winners. For the first category, that was of the best role pair in the category 2, that involved table topic master, Toastmaster of the day, and general evaluator, and the winner is Toastmaster Jayati. Congratulations, Toastmaster Jayati, for being the winner here, a clear winner rather. For the table topics, The best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Neelu. Congratulations, Toastmaster Neelu. And that is a proud moment for all of us, because Neelu has been always been very skeptical about her impromptu speaking skills, and now she's winning it. What a beauty, love it. And moving forward to the next category of role players, which was among the auxiliary role players, that was timer, grammarian, and our counter. The clear winner is Toastmaster Neelu, here again as the timer of the day. Just a moment. Yeah, Toastmaster Neelu. Correct. The next category was the most improved speaker. The most improved speaker, and we have Toastmaster, a tie between Toastmaster Bidisha and Toastmaster Shreya. Congratulations to both of you. That means that your attendance is working, and your presence in these meetings is going to definitely reap you benefits more than you would ever understand. So please be a regular presenter here in these Toastmasters meetings. And with this, I think we've come to the end of the meeting, because since we had just one speaker, Toastmaster Bidisha Mukherjee, who is the clear winner. And with this, we can wrap up the meeting here. Next Sunday, when we have the meeting, be there, take up roles. And I have a special request to all of you who are present here, and if your friends who are not here right now, please convey this message, that we need to complete at least level 2. We need 2 level 2 to complete our club goals, and we need 3 level 1s to complete our club goals. So those of you are still stuck with 1 speech or 2 speech to file their levels, please contact Neelu or myself, so that we can get you speech slots in other clubs, and you can complete your levels and file it. Because to become a distinguished club, we all need you to become distinguished and to create a difference in your own lives. That's how a Toastmaster Club grows, with your growth. So please do that, and seek help and contact your mentors, including myself. If they do not pick your phone, if they do not give you time, bug them as much as you can, because some mentors are like me. So please bug them and ask them, call them, come what may, your journey. No one should be a bottleneck in your growth. That's what you should learn and you should go forward with. So please finish your levels, and for help while you are filing your levels, please contact Toastmaster Neelu. She has been a Toastmaster, and she's an institution when it comes to it. So please file your levels and complete your speeches. That's it. And with this, wrapping up this meeting and closing the meeting, signing off for tonight. Thank you so much. You could please stop the recording. Thank you.